Is it going? Yes. Ta-da! Hi, everybody. So we're here today. I'm here with my god sister, Wanda.
Hello.
Wanda Carter. And we're talking about, Wanda Denise Carter.
Rita Denise.
Yes. So we're talking about menopause today. Since the channel is Jesus, Me, and Menopause, thank God for Jesus. Anyway, we're talking to Wanda today, and she's going to give us her story on menopause. And I just wanted to start, I'm having a little hot flash myself, but I wanted to start off with saying that Wanda is an amazing woman. All my friends are amazing people. And she is a school teacher.
Yay!
School teacher. She's a single mom of a
13-year-old
girl.
13 and menopause.
Oh, yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. And so I just wanted Wanda to share some of the things that she's experienced, in her life story with, menopause, and just things that she wants to share. But I do have to say, one day we were at my mom's and we were sitting around the table, and all of a sudden, Wanda starts glistening.
I like that.
The next thing you know, the glisten has turned into a full-fledged soaking wet. It's like, Wanda, what's going on? And I was like, Wanda. So anyway, she eventually found out what she was going through, but I was like, how is she going through it before me? Because she's younger than I am, but in her family?
Yes, the ladies in our family started menopause early. I was probably about 45. And I called my aunt like, hey, auntie, do the women in our family, do we start menopause early? This cannot be menopause. And she said, yes, baby, we do. There's been people in our family, women that have started menopause at the age of 40. So I'm like, okay. So as Rita said, I can just sit here and we can talk and no movement and just boop, 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 boop. And there it is. And I know it's coming, but I try not to say anything to anyone. Hopefully they don't see it as much as I feel it. But yeah, you can feel the ears getting hot, the neck getting hot. But I've learned how to work through them by sitting still, not doing all the fanning that creates the energy, that creates more heat. So I've learned how to sit through them. I'm not going to tell you I stay away from caffeine because I don't. But I know when I drink coffee, I have caffeine in my system. I know it's going to create more of the hot flashes. So I got to bear through it because I got to have my coffee. Mood swings. That is very challenging with a 13-year-old and teaching 5th graders.
Yeah,
so you really have to contain it.
That was going to be my next question. How is it with fifth graders? Because they're becoming more aware of who they are. Their bodies are starting to go.
Yeah, they're transitioning from elementary to middle. So, they're the big people on campus, big man on campus syndrome. So you have to take their attitude sometimes with a grain of salt. Just like, because, really as a parent, I try to laugh stuff off. So my days when I know, hey, this mood swing is something real today, I still try to laugh it off, being that I know they're just kids. But those mood swings, you got to do a lot of prayer sitting in class. So, you got to contain it. But then there are other days, I'm not a emotional person, but there are days I can watch something on television and just boo-hoo cry. And it just comes out of nowhere. It's just like, oh my gosh, I gotta just turn off the television because everything's making me cry. Or it's just putting me in a bad mood. So it's up and it's down. But It is what it is. I tried something before called Lydia Pinkham. If you can stand the smell, it's all natural. But if you can stand the smell, it's a good product. But I just couldn't take the smell. So I just make sure I just stay away from the caffeine. I drink a lot of water. I've learned how to work through it. And when I first started,
taken anything at all, though?
Nope. The doctor tried to get me to take something, but like I said, I started at 45. It's not as severe as it used to be. It's been 6 years now, so it has not been as severe. It has leveled off.
Okay.
So I just learned how to work through it. Now, I can tell you the night sweats are real. And it's the worst part for me because it's like covers on, covers off, covers on, covers off. Get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, take a shower because you're hot, sweaty. But
wow,
that's the one part that I really don't like because when I wake up, I'm tired.
Because you've had a fight, you've been fighting all night.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, you know, with the emotion, like you said, you have the mood swings and stuff, but I tell you, there are days that, especially when I first started, you remember when I first started, you remember how bad it was for me and how emotional. Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad, but we, you know, I'm getting better and I'm growing. But I tell you, it was a hot mess for me. The sadness.
It is. And then also, they don't tell you the weight gain, and it's hard to lose weight during the menopause time. I'm like, yeah, that makes you emotional.
Just trying to navigate through the emotional part of it, for me, was a big issue. Wherein I know a lot of women don't experience the same things that we, you know, have experienced, at least with the hot flashes. But like Darlene said in her video, the emotional issues, you know, the ups and downs, you know, locking yourself in the room and just crying. I don't know why I'm crying, but you know, you had those.
It's a lot of yes.
Oh, you did.
I do. I still do.
Yeah.
As you know, my parents have been passed for 10 years.
And I know you probably thought I was crazy, but when I said that to you, because the fact that they loved each other that much.
Married 54 years.
Married 54 years, and your dad, they both got sick. So your mom she was in early stage of dementia. And then you didn't know that your dad was sick.
He had something going on. The doctors couldn't figure out what was going on. And you know, he had never been in the hospital before. And so that kind of spooked him because he'd never been sick a day in his life.
Really?
Never been sick.
But then all of a sudden now something's going on and they don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is.
So anyway, but her parents, it was kind of, for her and for her family, I know for everyone it was tragic, but if you look at the brighter side, her dad didn't want her mom to suffer. And so did they have a pact or?
No idea. It was just telling us they didn't want to be a burden to us. So, you know.
So yeah, so that's tough, but she's like she said, we pray through a lot of stuff. That's how we have to, you know, maintain our sanity and how we're able to be joyful, and you know, because Wanda's pretty funny. She likes to have a good time, you know, and everything. She's a lively person. But you know, that was a really tough time in her life. It was really tragic for her. But like I said, and when I heard about it, I was like, wow, they loved it. For me, and I know people say, well, Rita, you're weird. But I was thinking, for someone to love someone so much that they don't want to see him suffer, because you know, with dementia, a lot of people, my grandmother passed away, she had dementia or Alzheimer's, it is such a painful thing for the family members to go through. Because you see them, just deteriorating, just going backwards, and different things, and the different things that they have to go through. So I thought that it was just an amazing, but to see Wanda be able to go through, to continue on, and to live for her daughter also, who is her pride and joy, the apple of her eye.
Yes. And
everything. Taylor is really smart, and she's a very mature little girl. We were just talking about things that kids say, and she was saying some funny stuff that Taylor said when she was younger. And, so we have the people that support us and help us through a lot of stuff. But when you're going through menopause, so if you weren't going through menopause, what it would be like, because you're not as emotional, you're not as sensitive. Because I tell you, these hormones just have you on a roller coaster.
At any given time.
At any given time.
And Taylor has come in my room, and I've been just in there boo-hooing. Mommy, what's wrong? Just give Mommy a minute. I really don't know what's wrong. Just give me a minute.
See?
So you just...
Yeah. So, mine is in my car. Driving along in the car. But, and we just pray through it. We definitely have to pray through it. And then you have your support group, your family, your friends. And, but my question was, I was going to ask Wanda, was when she was in the classroom, because she talks about her kids a lot. Have you ever had a day when you were in the classroom and just had a meltdown?
Yes. And actually it was on a testing time, and we were all in the cafeteria, and we're testing. So my mind should be on testing, but I had just a breakdown, and one of my colleagues, she saw my face, and she just motioned to me to go. And I just had to leave because I just had a total meltdown, and I had to get myself together. So I was out of the testing area for about 20, 30 minutes so I can just pull myself together. Then later on that day after testing, one of my kids was like, Miss Cartier, you okay? Because your eyes got real red when we were testing. So I didn't even know a kid had stopped me, but you just never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It hits you, and the emotional part you just really can't control.
Right. Or like me, my kids will go, well, not my kids, but my grown sons and my husband, because I, go snap, crackle, pop in a minute. Like, 1 minute I'm like yelling and screaming, and then the next minute I'm like, baby. They're like, Mom, you psychotic.
Yeah, I think Taylor thinks that sometimes about me, because I can be like, rah, 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 and next minute, hey, sweetie, can you go get me?
You were just yelling at me 5 minutes ago. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
You were just yelling at me 10 minutes ago. So, so everybody doesn't go through the same things that, everybody is different. And we all know that. But my story is, I felt like it was going to take me out. And I know, and I shared with some other people, that the suicide rate goes up 37% in menopausal women.
Oh, wow.
37%.
Wow.
That was in an old article that I read, because your hormones, the chemical, in your body, and it depends on what type of personality you have anyway, your temperament. So for those that are really sensitive and everything, it's even harder. So if you know somebody that all of a sudden they just doing something out of the ordinary, count it to menopause. A lot of times I do.
You have to be able to have somebody you call, because I can call one of my friends like, I'm having a moment. She's like, okay, talk through it, breathe through it. I'm having a moment. And it's like, oh, because that's not Wanda.
Yeah.
So let me put the phone, let me talk to her, because she doesn't really say that. So when I can't get through it myself, there's somebody I call.
Yeah. So now Wanda was saying how she's so tired. And she gets up so early. I'm like, okay, she gets up, she goes to the gym, she's doing this. At one time, when you were in a boot camp, I was like, Wanda, how in the world are you doing this? What time were you getting up back then?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Because I was getting at the boot camp by 4 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I get up for early morning prayer, but it is not 3 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, she would be so tired. And I remember just a lot of times we have family time and we're together. And Wanda would be knocked out. And so you're going through menopause, so she's figuring, hey, I'm going to be up anyway. I might as well get up and go to boot camp.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And that's the thing about being tired, that fatigue and stuff. And that's the main reason, because we ain't sleeping at night.
No, it hits you.
It hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I've hit that wall. It's ready. I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah. Hit that wall. Yeah. So, but I just appreciate my sister here being, candid and everything, and helping me out on my journey. We're helping each other on this journey, and we just appreciate God for what he's doing for us, how he's taking care of us, meeting our needs daily.
Yes, absolutely.
Meeting our needs daily. So until next time, so will I be able to get another interview at another time?
Of course.
So until next time, my thing is deuces.
Deuces.
Take care. All right. See you guys. Gotta turn the camera off.